working, I put my new bed together for the truck. Kind of chipping away at it. You know, when I ordered the parts, all the parts of the bed were $1,500. Or I could have bought it for $3,000 totally assembled. I figure 1,500 bucks, I can put it together myself. So it's really just a matter of attaching the side rails and bolting the front and the back on. So I gotta build the whole floor structure because, you know, the truck is a C-notch. So that would work anyway. So that's what I'm working on today. And I do have my new wheels and tires that I probably should have put on as soon as possible. Very excited about that. Well, that I like. I think I need to raise the back up just a touch, which sounds kind of crazy to even say raise my vehicle up, but the reality is it probably needs to come just a touch. Just it has just a little bit of rake, Although I think my front tires might be a little too large, although these are 205s and those are 185s. Same size rim. I don't know. This fender's bent, so maybe it's throwing my eye off, but a little more traditional feel. Change the bed out. Do a color change. It's gonna be rad. Well, kind of getting this thing assembled here. If it wasn't for the fact that it's galvanized, it'd be a lot faster, so it's kind of a pain. Had I known it was galvanized, I would probably have bought a different one. A little bit of a pain, but it actually is a very good quality. I think I got this from Max. I don't remember, it was a while ago. Actually, it doesn't say. So, I got it from someplace. But very good quality, and just a couple little things to button up here on, and we'll get this thing changed out here shortly. As you can see, this thing is long tired. She's a little crusty there in some spots. Tailgate is a series of band-aids, as you can see. And it is well pocked, which I do like the patina. But the patina is a little beyond crusty as she's falling apart. I mean, look at that. So I'm gonna dial in a couple of things here. It's got all kinds of different weldings there, some stuff there. I guess these have been replaced. The top rail is like beat up dog meat, so The real trick is going to be trying to get the patina to match so it looks like it belongs there without looking like it belongs there. Or at least looking like it wasn't faked, you know. So nobody likes fake patina. That's kind of lame. We got to earn the patina. But in some cases, you have to pretend a little bit. So I made this, I guess about a year ago now. So I'm going to pop this out because it's actually not affixed to anything. So I'm going to pull that out, pull the wood off, weld that frame to that, and then drop that onto here. All in a day's work. Or 2 days. Probably a week. Alrighty, well, I got this on the rack, and I was actually discovering something. Well, I finished putting my bed together, by the way. Well, sort of. It's welded together. Still got to put the braces in, a bunch of other stuff, so still chipping away. But I was concerned with my tire being too close to my fender, but I realized that when I backed up, my grill chin caught the rail here and pulled the whole thing forward, as you can see. The hood and grill do not line up properly. The bottom of it's pulled out, which that sucks the fenders in, and that's why I'm having a clearance issue there. So I'll have to address all that here, which I'm planning on taking the whole front clip off anyway here, stripping it down, louvering the hood, and I got new inner fender wells and some other junk in there. So I guess now I'm due to my own carelessness forced to do it now. So it is. But my current adventure is I need to lift the rear end. I want to bring that up just a touch, and you'll notice that the tire is, I don't know, maybe it's centered. Oh yeah, the crack is throwing me off. But I'll lift it up about 1.5 inches in the back, and that should solve a lot of problems. These tires are 2.5 inches larger in diameter than the ones that were on there, so I got more ground clearance, which I most definitely needed. So I might even bring it up a hair more, I'm not quite sure. With the more traditional wheels and tires on there, I can raise a little bit better. I think it'll look all right. The funny thing is the white stripe was a total accident. When they mounted the tires, they were supposed to put the white stripe on the inside. And when I went to pick them up, they were like this, and I thought, you know, maybe that'll work. And I think that was a good mistake, because I do like that. But I'm going to go ahead and just adjust the coilovers here. Lift this up, piece of cake. Because we've got a car show in the morning, which I won't be driving my hearse, so I gotta get this thing halfway decent looking. I was hoping to get my bed mounted this week, but that did not happen. So I got today and tomorrow, and then Sunday I'm gonna be at the other house working on you know, the wife's stuff, and then I'm flying to SEMA. Come back from SEMA, I'll be for 2 days. Flying to Wisconsin, come back for a couple days, and then flying to North Carolina. So I'll be moving around a little bit here. Nothing good, just work. And the holidays. This is one of those jacks, you know, it's got like a square shank there, so a 1/2 inch drill bit fits right in there. Genius. I think that was just enough. It was technically 1 inch in the suspension, so we'll have to get out and drive it and see how that works. I mean, just the fact that I can get off the rack with having these blocks is nice. It's only up just a little tiny bit. Anyways, what do you think? 1 more inch? Just a little. Maybe 1 more inch. I think I'll drive a little bit and then pull it back and readjust it. I think that's going to, work. It's got to have a little hot rod rake on it. So right now it's still a little level, so we'll get that tomorrow. So the big question is, I got this guy here that Ryan gave me. He bought another one, so this thing has become a refugee here in my shop. So, thinking about a couple different things to do with this, because I need more projects in my life, like I need a hole in my head, but so I can either work on this and make something damn cool out of it. Hell, I could abandon my roadster project and build a coupe, which would probably not be very smart. Or I could heavily modify it and build it into like a coupe like this, which I don't think is a far stretch of reality or possibilities. Or I could cut the back end off it and attach that to my roadster cowl and doors, and then just build myself a regular roadster as opposed to the roadster pickup. I mean, I'm kind of committed, not totally, to the roadster pickup idea. I like the idea of it because it doesn't exist, but I do like roadsters. I've already had 2 of them. Why not make 3? Well, I don't know. Just a mere thought. It's actually, the back portion of the car really isn't in bad shape. I mean, other than the usual, going to need a patch panel there, patch panel on the back, big deal. It's got to have floors regardless. But I have all the rest of the parts to actually make that happen. I don't know, I've been kicking around that idea. This deck lid is complete garbage, by the way, so I'd have to make one, which is rather unpleasant, but not impossible. So, I don't know. So I don't know. That's one of the things that's been haunting me the last couple days. But that'll be next time. I'm headed to SEMA, so we'll see you next time, maybe sometime later. I don't know. Just not today. Ta-da! The sea of black. got a mild modification to it. I have no idea who these people are, but here we are. I'm sure they're nice. It's mildly overwhelming here.
Yes.
Need that for the ranch. That is pure sex right there.
That's the only one you got?
To focus and take a picture. Let me hold.
Well, I made it back from SEMA, and let me tell you, that is a week filled of way overstimulation. I mean, there was so much stuff going on. It's mind-boggling. Now, I didn't really know what to expect going to it. I've never been there, but I couldn't have expected any of this. I mean, it was just, the scale is unimaginable. Las Vegas itself is the center of the universe in terms of overstimulation. I mean, it is just mind-boggling. If you've never been there, it is a place you have to go. It's like the eighth wonder of the world. It's been about 20 years since I've been there, so there was a whole bunch of new stuff, whole bunch of old stuff, and just a ton going on aside from the show altogether. We were stayed right in the middle of the strip, so we had a good vantage point of everything. Then the show itself is almost beyond explanation. It is the biggest thing I had ever been to. I mean, just it encompassed the entire convention center, inside, outside, multiple buildings. There had to have been 1 million people there. I mean, kid you not, just jam-packed, unbelievable. You know, so there was just tons of stuff to see. Tons of stuff I never even imagined I would see. I mean, because it's the automotive industry as a whole on every single genre. You know, you got hot rods, you got, you know, any kind of import cars, motorcycles, camping stuff, tires, I mean everything. It's just, wow. So I didn't spend too much time filming and trying to cover that stuff. There's plenty of channels on here dedicated just to SEMA, so I would say check those out. But I'm happy to be home in my safe space here and got plenty of work to do. So the first thing on my agenda is to adjust my front suspension so my tires don't rub any longer. I mean, this fender's a little tweaked, but we'll work on that a different day. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. So luckily for me, the previous owner of the truck bought the nice adjustable upper hats. I think it's a Speedway kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just adjust the front suspension and bring it up about an inch, inch and a half, and then I'll level the back out to where I like it, just so it's a little more drivable and Keep my oil pan off the ground. Maybe one day I'll put that transmission cover on that I bought a year ago. But probably not today. And by the way, yes, those are wire nuts. So, I think we're going to use the old monkey wrench here. And that just goes on there. Tighten that up, which obviously I need to adjust and have a second hand, which I can't hold a camera when I'm doing that. Just the normal constraints of, you know, left-handed. Lots easier said than done. Need more leverage. I know it's technically adjustable, but I don't think unless Archimedes was here himself, he could move this thing. So, I've got an old wishbone, exhaust pipe, monkey wrench, and that big old nut in there. Not so much. So I think I'm going to pull the shock off, drop the spring out, relieve the tension, and hopefully that'll work. Because this ain't easy. I mean, I'm sure it's rusty, but you know, we're gonna get past that. WD-40'd it. Put the magic juice on it. Well, I tried. I had to give up. I can't get that nut to move. In order to do that, I have to relieve the tension on the spring, which means I have to split the spindle because it's, you know, the shock is too short. It's a whole mess. So I gotta do all that, which I'm not doing today because I don't have time because we're going to the car show tomorrow. So we're gonna have to just wing it with a little bit of tire rub there. So I'm gonna live until the next day because we have car activities to do tomorrow. So hopefully nobody will pick on me for my tire rubbing, and then I have to park this thing, get in a plane, and go to Wisconsin for some other garbage. So, you know, trying to get stuff done around here is very, very hard these days. Between jobs and other jobs, and oh, don't forget a house. Did I happen to mention how rad those wheels look? So much better, so much better. Anyways, I just registered this thing for the Hot Rod Showdown in February, which is a little pre-war showdown in South Austin or Wimberley. So I think I'm going to go ahead and possibly pull together an upholstery on that thing before then. So stay tuned on that. And maybe primer black, put some hot rod flames on it. Black with flames. Something I've been thinking about for a while. It's a ton of work. I have to fix the fenders first because, as you can see, they're pretty wiped out. But maybe, I don't know. We'll see how things go. There's a bunch of guys that reached out to me to do work on their cars this winter. I guess they must have all got their government check at the same time, because it seemed like I had four calls for chops within like 2 days. So far, nobody has committed to dropping off, so maybe I'll have time for this. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Either way, Mama's house comes first anyway. But look at my bed here, and I don't know what is actually necessarily factory, because I think this has all been changed out. Well, it's clearly been changed out, but when I bought the bed kit, I did not buy the side rails, which may have been a huge mistake on my part. Nor did I buy that front piece, which may or may not be even factory. Because this thing mounts off this side lip here, which I'm going to replace with that 1x1 tubing, so I might not need that. Oh, I can probably retain this piece, which is probably nothing more than a hunk of angle iron that was probably added at some point. I mean, it's pretty chunky in there, so. So I got those pieces of wood there. That one there's missing because it's in Ryan's car. Yeah, so since I got rid of some of the big frame notch, I don't need this cutout here, so I could probably go ahead and put that tubing back in the stock spot, I'm thinking, which would save me a bunch of grief. So I'll take some measurements and I think we'll weld that thing in. Of course, first I have to disassemble all the wood, but that'll be easy because all the bolts came out. So, and of course, on second thought, I cannot do that because the coilovers are in the way. Kind of forgot about those as I'm letting my brain throw up ideas. Yeah, because it clears the notch, but the bed floor is left behind enough to clear the coilovers. So I have to come up with some sort of plan, but I do have over here my arsenal of garbage I've collected, some 1x2. So that actually might be perfect to build a perimeter. And then it would sit right on top of there. And then that thing would sit on top of that and disco. Everything's gonna be perfect. See, and you were worried. Stick with the Super Genius. It doesn't look right. That looks like it's possibly leaking. Have to address that. Oh. And my little doodly-doo fell off there. That's why it keeps leaking gas when I put gas in this thing. So, okay, we'll fix that as well. This damn truck's more trouble than it's worth. Somebody hit me up to trade them for a chopped 50 Ford, which sounds like a really good bad idea. So I don't know, that might happen. So it is going to be 18 inches. So if I put it at 18 inches, it'll be up for 2 inches, which I should measure over here. And that should, in theory, put me high enough to get over that. Because I need, from that rail, which I probably should measure from the right spot, 3 inches with the wood to cover that. So yes, that's going to work. Just cut those little feet off, and we'll be in good shape. Well, I think that's it for this episode. Stupid fly. Only because it's getting late. Stupid fly. I'm under attack by flies apparently, and I have to go to Wisconsin tomorrow. So anyways, we'll see you. I don't know, whatever. Probably want to get back. Maybe I'll post some stuff while I'm there. Maybe I won't. Maybe when I get back, somebody else's dilapidated junk will be here to work on. We'll see. Anyways, thanks, bye. Sometimes you find yourself sitting on a warm beach. Sometimes you find yourself on a frozen roof in Wisconsin. Life is strange.